The Foifkin has returned. For those of you that aren't tracking, there is a case manufacturer out there that is literally named Foifkin. I don't know what that translates to. All I know is I feel uncomfortable saying it out loud. You know, my kids are right up above me trying to fall asleep. I'm probably keeping them up because I'm shouting. I have these social media channels that like demonetize you for like saying bad words and whatnot. Like the word Foifkin, excuse you, Zach, I know. It sounds like something that's going to demonetize me, but that's what they're called. They're called the Foifkins. And this here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Foifkin M1, which only costs $64 actually. What did you call me? I didn't call anybody anything other than this is the Foifkin. It's the Foifkin M1. Let me give you a quick little tour of the value of why I decided to go with yet another Foifkin. For $64, you probably can't notice, but that is indeed. It not only has that one pre-installed ARGB fan, it not only has those 3 pre-installed 140 millimeter fans up at the front. It has another 2 up at the top. We're talking about 6 total ARGB fans inside an ATX size case. $65 for 3 140 ARGB fans and 3 120 ARGB fans. This has all the cooling that you could possibly need. We got USB-C up at the front. Very clean design. There is a black and wood option, but that costs like $80. That's a little bit up there. Cable management's not going to be fun at all. I can already tell. So we're going to have a fun stream. But that's going to be quite the challenge back there. But yeah, dude, $64. Foifkin, they might be cooking. They might actually be cooking. But yeah, this is officially the Foifkin BBC. God tier value. I agree. Now it is very cheap, like metal. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. You can feel that it's a budget case, for sure. A little bit flimsy of metal, but it'll get the job done, man. All right, here we go for the motherboard of BBZ numero 5. We got an Asus B650E Wi-Fi. That was in a combo deal with this, which is an AMD Ryzen 5 9600X. And we got ourselves a Corsair CX750M. Not the best power supply. I think it's tier C. Not the best. It's one of the updated CXMs, so it's not as bad as some of the older CXM models. I think it's a tier C power supply, 750 watts. Semi-modular, which is actually the meta if you ask me. But this entire combo here cost me $341 on Newegg. Newegg combo, $341. I'm telling you, man. I've said it in a few videos now. Newegg is not messing around with the combo deals. They're actually trying to come after Micro Center. They're trying to get some of that combo business because people like me can't stop talking about how good the Micro Center motherboard combos are. So Newegg is finally stepping up, man. That's pretty good. This is AM5, the 9600X B850 motherboard. Beautiful B850 motherboard, by the way. Dude, that's clean. That's very clean. This time, no AIO. Yeah, dude, we're... forgive me, but I'm just gonna let you guys know I am a little traumatized by AIOs on Thirsty Thursday. I think we're gonna take a little bit of a break. Or do you guys support that after last week? I think we're gonna take a little bit of a break. All right. So we're gonna get this first part installed here. 9600X. I got it rotated 90 degrees per usual. Gonna line that up here. Set that down nice and gently. Give it a little wiggle. Make sure it's in there. And then push down very hard because it's AM5. And boom. Our 9600X is installed. Here's the RAM. Valid break. Thank you. Yeah, we'll take a little break. I haven't used this for a long time. This used to be a go-to. Or one of the go-tos. Pre-Ramageddon. This is the Clev Fit 5 or Fit V DDR5 RAM kit. This is 6,000 megahertz, 16 gigs, CL28, and optimized for AMD. Not that I would really care about that sticker, but it's nice to see. Okay. I appreciate it. But yeah, CL28. That's no joke, man. We're not... Okay. This part I messed up. That, oh, brother. Oh, man. I don't know if this is my fault or theirs, but somebody messed up big time here. Ooh. Oh. Dude, don't clip. Don't be clipping. That's bad. I'm actually leaning towards this is not my fault. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I can't even. It just needs to. It needs to rip. Yep. Yeah. Just yep. That was not gonna be pretty either way, so we might as well just like rip it out. Yeah. Perfect. Super clean unboxing experience. You're welcome. All right, there we go. Horrendous RAM extraction, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking at RAM right now. I see it successfully extracted. The question is, can we successfully install it with some solid ASMR sound? I don't know, man. You're gonna have to tune in and find out. I should run an ad right now. Keep you on your toes. I won't do that to you. Let's see what the Clev Fit V RAM has to offer inside our tough motherboard. I need another one. I need one more. Weak. Underwhelming. Not tough. Motherboard's fake news. Sorry. 6.5, yeah. That's where I'm at. 7.4. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 6, yeah. That was a 5 or a 6-er. That was pretty underwhelming. Pretty underwhelming, unfortunately. Hold on. That one's loose. Oh man, I wish they were the same. This one's like that's a 9.9. That thing's not moving. Oh, now it is. Oh, I think I might have. Okay, it was solid at first. Now it's see, this is why you actually don't wiggle your RAM. That is actually a little bit more wiggly than the first wiggle. It legitimately got loose. Okay, we're done with that. Significantly better wiggle test, but I don't think we're recovering from that weak ASMR. RIP motherboard, yeah, but also the motherboard might have broke. That first like three wiggles, dude, that was solid. I was shaking the whole table on that one. Now it's a little loose. It dropped from like a 9.8 to a 8.2 after a few wiggles. All right, now we're gonna remove our SSD heatsink. You can just set that there for right now. And for the SSD, dude, we're sticking with Clev today. I got us a Clev Crass C910. This is a throwback combination to pre-Ramageddon. Before Ramageddon, I was using a lot of Clev products. If you guys haven't heard me talk about this one, I really like this SSD, or any SSD, that comes with the heatsink detached. We haven't seen one of these for a hot minute. But I really like this because if you have a heatsink on your motherboard, you don't need this. Some people like try to remove it. I usually just leave them on. But it's nice. I'm just gonna leave that in the box. I don't need that. But then if you had a more budget motherboard that didn't have a heat spreader or heat sink, then you just plop that on there and you're good to go. So I love the flexibility. I wish more SSD manufacturers did that. There we go. I think that's a cool feature. Yeah, Clev is good. I've always had good good reliability and consistency with the Clev products. And finally, for our CPU cooler, no AIO, man. We got the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Pro, absolute classic. All right, let's remove these plastic pieces so we can install our CPU cooler. We'll save these for later. You never know. The BBZ customer might want those. Whoever buys BBZ numero 5. And now we got to take that. Dude, I'm missing something. Oh no, it's right here. We're good. We're good. Don't freak out. A month is definitely fair. When's the raffle set to happen? I actually haven't talked about the giveaway. You can enter totally for free. It's just a raffle. The longer you watch the streams, the more points you get, and then you can buy more giveaway tickets. You can enter totally for free. You can earn bonus points, of course, for, you know, subs, gifted subs, and all that. But yeah, I would recommend, if you really want to try to win, I would recommend following. That way you get the notifications when I go live, and you can watch the streams as much as possible, which is a win-win for both of us. It is a worldwide giveaway. Shipping is only covered in the United States, though. So if an international viewer wins, it's up to you. Some people do it, some people pass. That's why we roll backup winners. It's up to you. But it is a worldwide giveaway. Anybody can enter. And the only way we afford these is because all of the Twitch ad money goes directly towards these gaming PC giveaways. So thank you guys very much for sticking around for the ads. We appreciate it. Oh, speaking of which, we have an ad starting in 1 minute. So if you're ever wondering why you're watching ads, it's so we can afford these. We appreciate your service. Thank you for watching the ads. We do actually. I don't know how serious the ad hate is, but we do get a significant amount of hate for only 6 minutes of ads for an hour. Like, I don't know. My opinion is that's not that bad, especially when that money goes towards the giveaways. But even regardless, I feel like 6 minutes an hour is not that much. Okay. All right. Now we're going to install the CPU cooler. We got the thermal paste on there. We do not have any sort of plastic shield. We got that all lined up. Put those screws into the back plate that came pre-installed on the motherboard. And now we can start to screw these down in our star pattern so we don't destroy anything, and then we should be good. And then we'll install the fan, actually. 6 minutes an hour is like watching regular cable TV. Yeah, but who does that? It's not really a good reference point anymore. Nobody, or a lot of people don't sit down and watch cable TV these days. So like, what does that even mean? 30 minutes an hour for a 5090? Dude, we could, man. Kilobyte with the tier 1 gifted sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. McCallum with the 300 biddies says, Zach, I'm building my first PC with a 9600X and a 9070 XT and 16 gigs of DDR5. I just need a mouse. Is the G305 good for $30? The G305. Let's get this CPU cooler installed real quick. Boom. I'm a little concerned about the RGB action of all 6 of those fans that came pre-installed inside the Foifkin. Now we're adding one more to the mix, so 7 total RGB fans. But we'll actually, we're gonna remove that little white barcode. That was a little too ugly for me. There we go. Oh, now it's on the circuit board. Oh, brother. That was not ideal. That was not ideal at all. Oh my god, I dropped it. Come there we go. We got the building mat out here. We lost the wood grain vibes, unfortunately, but now that we got the power supply out, we're gonna start scratching stuff and whatnot. We gotta protect the desk. I like the industrial look. I do too. It's just most of the PCs I build are not industrial looking, you know, but if that's what you're aiming for, then yeah, the Asus Tough cards could look really good there. Of course I've been to Buc-ee's. Shout out to the one dude that recognized me at Buc-ee's recently. The 3 meat sandwich is good. I've been getting for breakfast it's called the Beast Burrito. That's my jam. That Beast Burrito, man. That's it. That one hits. How's the S5 doing? It's good, man. I love the S5. Somebody, all right, I can give you guys a little bit of a spoiler about some upcoming content. Somebody has been asking about an S5 review every single video for like, I don't know, maybe the last 30 videos. Every single, and it's like, it usually has a lot of comments on it as well, or likes, I mean. So I haven't made an S5 video. I don't think people really care about my car opinions. But I did sneak in the question about my S5 in an upcoming one-word answers video. So the one-word answers video series is making a quick return probably next week. One of the questions is about the S5. I thought you guys should know. The Audi comments, yeah. What's an S5? It's a car. An Audi S5. He brought it back. It's back. It's back. What's also back, ladies and gentlemen, I have not explained this yet during this entire live stream, but this power supply prep is not done. All right? This is a semi-modular power supply, which I really like, because it comes pre-installed with the 4+4 CPU power, which we definitely need. It's also got the 24. We definitely need that. I plugged in a double 6+2, which we will need for our graphics card. And then I'm going to put some SATA power on here because we may or may not need that. I forgot to look in the case. Those RGB fans might need to be powered by SATA. I'm not sure. We're going to throw it in there anyway. However, I am not done. The other component we're going to be throwing into this BBZ, ladies and gentlemen, are some Asia Horse cable extensions. And what color, you may ask? Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the color scheme of today's build. I haven't mentioned this a single time. We got some Asia Horse purple 16 gauge cable extensions. Baltimore purple? I need a beer. Way to ruin that. Just want to make it very clear. This BBZ has nothing to do with Baltimore. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Ray Lewis, none of them This is just a purple BBZ inside the Foifkin. Dude, that's an insane combo to actually say out loud. The Foifkin and the BBZ. This has nothing to do with the Ravens. Just as the heads up. Asia Horse Glazer. Dude, through and through. That one I can't deny. I've been glazing Asia Horse for years. That one's legit, man. I don't think I've ever said anything negative about Asia Horse. You got me on that one. First time live. Hello. Hello. Little Ray Lewis butthurt? No, Can we just not talk about the Ravens? I need to go through the boring... This is the worst part about PC building right here, in my opinion. Other than cable managing. Cable managing, cable extensions. That's gotta be the worst. This is the only part I don't like. I need a BBZ Seahawks themed build. No, thank you. I'll pass. Thank you for bringing that idea to my attention, but I'll pass. Okay. So, I'm not sure how many people were here when I announced that starting next week, I'm going to be streaming 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm not saying I'm going to be doing that for 12 years. We're going to take a week by week and see how it goes. I'm excited. What we're going to be doing, other than on Thursday, doing the Thirsty Thursday PC building streams, one of the things I really want to do is I want to daily drive different GPUs on the more budget side of things. And I want to run some games with it. I want to bring back things like the 1080 Ti or just budget. I've been daily driving a 5090 since the 5090 was sent to us for a review. I need to get my hands on not just benchmarking, but true daily driving. Other hardware. So we're going to be playing some games next week with some hardware and testing it out. I want to run through upscaling and see where that's at on older GPUs. I want to see what it feels like to actually daily drive some of the more budget stuff again. I haven't done that in a while. I used to swap my daily driver all the time. I haven't been doing that. So we're going to be testing out some new games. Somebody just said, who wants a sub? Yeah, okay, never mind. You guys hopped all over that. Nice. Thank you for offering. So that's one of the things we're going to be doing next week. We're going to be doing some gaming. Of course, we'll be answering PC questions and whatnot. But we're going to be testing out some old hardware and doing some chill gaming streams with the old hardware next week. I'm excited. Dub Skyrat. Yeah, Skyrat. Thank you very much for gifting out that tier 1 gifted sub, man. Appreciate it. Okay, one thing we got to do before I can continue cable managing is we got to get out our graphics card. I need to see where these power connectors are at. Here it is. We got ourselves an XFX 16 gig 2-fan 9060 XT. Not every BBZ has to be insanely expensive. BBZs can be reasonable. I know this is still kind of expensive, but they don't all have to be super high end. 9060 XT, man. Beautiful. Look at this. All black, super clean right here. Got the white one coming in the mail, but 8 gigs, still nice. Those white ones are super clean. All right, here we go. Boom. Very clean, very minimal, all black, 2-fan GPU. So we got the 9600X, 16 gigs of DDR5, and a 16 gig 9060 XT. A very reasonable 1440p, somewhat future-proofed BBZ inside the Foifkin. All right, there's our GPU. Oh, we only have one. Oh, wow, I forgot. We only have one. Oh, that's going to look even cleaner. We just got, dude, this is, oh my God, hold on. Let me just give you a very, 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 very quick teaser. Just real quick. I'm not even going to cable manage it. We're just going to pop this in like this. I want the teaser. Feel like you guys will start seeing the vision with the teaser. All right, this is what it's going to look like. Brother. Dude, that is going to look so good. Oh my God. That was too much of a teaser. I didn't mean to give you all that. That's a lot. That's going to look so good, man. Oh my God. Purple and black goes hard. That's clean. Gorgeous shade of purple. Yeah, not to be glazing Asia Horse too much, because apparently we're calling out the glazing today. But yeah, Asia Horse, they're purple, this purple, and also they're like teal blue, the ice blue. Oh man, those cable extensions, they just can't be beat. Those are the best in the business, color-wise. I love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. We will. Appreciate that. Icy like my soul? Brother. This is just Thirsty Thursday. All right. If you were upgrading from a 5500 and a 2070 to a 9070 XT and AM5, that is a huge, beefy, definitely worth it upgrade. Yes. I'm a little confused at where the pre-built factors into that, though. Skyrat with 300 biddies. I'm going to do a Ryzen 5 5500 and a GTX 1060. 16 gigs of DDR4 in the Okonos Uno for a garage build for projects. Have you built with the Uno? Dude, I have. I like the Uno a lot. The Okonos Aqua Uno? Yes. It's a $50 case. Of course I've tried it. It's good. Okonos is my favorite budget case manufacturer right now, and they have been for like over a year. It's gotta be beer refrigerator. Everyone here has got a beer fridge. Yeah, we actually just got ours last week. I think we're the last ones. Everyone's got a beer fridge. Start selling PCs. I think my 6-year-old's probably gonna have like a little Pokemon card stand. He's gonna try and make some money. I can see that happening. The last time I had my employees over at the house, we had like a July 4th. We had like a little July 4th ZTT squad party at my house. And my 6-year-old set up a Pokemon card stand, and everyone bought Pokemon cards from him so he could make a little money. It was good. I can see him doing that. Beer chug, then a sim race challenge. Okay. Lurkers, you can go back to lurking. I think we figured it out. Thank you. I like it. I like it. Thank you for the help. Are any of Zach's neighbors in the chat? I hope not, because they're probably thinking of ideas of how they can have the best setup at the block party. I hope not, man. Otherwise, everyone's gonna bring out their sim rig. Oh, we need some standoffs. We are missing some standoffs here for an ATX size motherboard. So before we try to put the motherboard in, we're gonna install 3 additional standoffs. Nine minutes, longest stream ever. Usually it's 5. Yeah, I mean, we've been just having some good sim rig talk, so just wanted to bake in a little room, a little cushion. You know what I mean? Did we get a standoff screw by chance? No, we didn't. Wow. Dude, I haven't had to bust out my standoff adapter in a hot minute. I don't even know where it's at. Hopefully I got one. Yep, there's one. Oh my god. So the Foifkin does not come with a standoff adapter. Not the end of the world. They're just considerably more difficult to tighten without one, but you can do it. You can use like needle nose pliers or something. But I got one, so I'm gonna use it. L Foifkin? No, I don't think it's an L. It's just, it's not a dub. Not necessarily an L. Let's not go too hard on the Foifkin here. Still a $64 case with 6 ARGB fans. We're still on top in terms of value. All right, there we go. Got standoffs all in the right places. So now our motherboard already has the IO shield. We just drop that into here. Like so. Make sure, yep, all of that's lined up. That's gonna be fun. Plugging in the cable extension all the way back there. So I'm already seeing how tightly compact this case is for being ATX. That's gonna be fun. Especially with cable extensions. But we'll get it done, man. We got this. We're not gonna fail the double BBZs back to back. I will not allow that to happen. Plug the extension in first. See, that'd be too fun, man. Sometimes you gotta make it interesting. I think I can get in there. Right? I think I can definitely get in there. Yeah, I'll figure it out. We got to make it a little challenging. What are your thoughts on 12 gigabytes of RAM, not VRAM? Not recommended. I would go 16 gig minimum. All right, I tightened these a little too tight. Now I can't move the motherboard. That was a mistake. The Egg with the super chat says, I changed my 1660 Super to the 9070 XT. I have a 5600X. Which do I upgrade? Due to my country situation, I can't upgrade to AM5. Well, if you can't upgrade your 5600X to AM5 and you have a 9070 XT, you're kind of out of options other than just upgrading to a better AM4 CPU. You can get a 57 or 5800 X3D if you can find them in your country. Otherwise, I mean, you don't really have a lot of options, it sounds like. I don't think it's the worst thing to run a 5600X and a 9070 XT. I don't think that's an awful idea. But if you do want to upgrade, just upgrade to AM4 if you have that ability. H2O break? Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Let's do that after these screws get installed. I could use some AWA. What do you think about AI companies? I think we shouldn't talk about my thoughts of AI companies on Thirsty Thursday. I think that's the best way to go about it. Plan on building a DDR3 build? Not really. I know it sounds fun during Ramageddon. Sounds like an interesting idea. A potentially relevant idea right now. I don't really think it would save a whole lot of money in the long run. Like, A DDR3 build infers like some serious downgrades compared to like an AM4 build. And probably not to the degree where I think it would be worth it. What do you think about me taking shots every time you say AM5? I hope you're not doing that. Imagine how fast I would build if I wasn't reading chat. That's all I do, man. I build and I read chat and drink beer and say some catchphrases, apparently. All right, what do we got to do here? This is... Actually, let's switch over to here now. I have a rat's nest. We have all these cables for the Foifkin over here. But for right now, this is all the RGB stuff. There is somehow no SATA power cable, which is very surprising. I'm trying to figure out if this entire thing is daisy chained. Oh. It looks like we have two strand. Oh, wait, no. Wow, I think the whole thing is daisy chained. Oh my God, it is. We got 6 RGB fans daisy chained together, and I'm about to make it 7 because we got the CPU cooler. Before we commit to that, let's figure out how many RGB headers we have. Oh, that's perfect. We actually have 2 right next to each other, right up here. So I'm going to plug in just the CPU cooler there, and then just the pre-daisy chained. Dude, I don't know if we can get away with 6 daisy chained ARGB fans. That sounds a little risky, but if that's what Foifkin recommends, that's what we'll do, I guess. Do you guys trust Foifkin? Should we try? Dude, that's a lot of fans for one port. I'm kind of leaning towards trusting them. No? No? Yes? Maybe. Let the sparks fly? I'm not really worried about sparks. I'm just worried about really dim RGB lights. The risk isn't really sparks. The risk is just these fans don't really light up. And they're super dim. See, now the good news, though, is this entire rat's nest we're already done with. Because it's all plugged in. So I just need to find like a spot for it. That might be easier said than done. But we just gotta... See, I think we could just go right there, right? And just start zip tying like that. Is that bright enough? Can you guys see what I'm doing here or no? Is that fan? Yeah, I think we might just do that. Can you guys see that or no? How big is this BBZ? It's ATX, but it's not that big. It's pretty under the average size of an ATX case. Look at the IO shield. Ooh, good call. Hold on, let me... Really good call. Look at that. You guys see that? That you can see. Yeah, we got to be careful of that, man. I might need to... hopefully I don't have to uninstall. We got the RGB fan. It got caught when I installed. It's a really good catch, man. Thank you. Yeah, I might need to uninstall that, unfortunately. Better now than later, but very good catch. I didn't see who said that. Very good catch. We're gonna at least have to loosen a couple of these screws so I can pull that through. Dub catch, I agree, man. RC gave out... Oh, wait, never mind. I already read that one. Am I fully caught? Dude, I think I'm fully caught up. Let's go. Oh, visual. Loco Taco guy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Natman with the 300 biddies. I just bought components for my first build. I got a PMY 5080 and a 270K Ultra. 32 gigs of DDR5. Is that a good build? Yeah, it's a great build, man. That's an awesome build. Plug in the extensions after uninstalling. Actually not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. But I don't think I'm going to be uninstalling the motherboard. I'm hoping, I just uninstalled 2 of those screws. Hoping that's enough. That it lets me, oh, that might not be enough. Oh, dude, I think this motherboard might need to come out. If the whole motherboard, oh, dude, I think it does. Critical mistake. Okay, I was excited. Now I'm not. Now I'm not at all. The whole motherboard's got to come out. We're backtracking. Say this all the time. If you're uninstalling components during a PC build, that means you messed up, man. Critical mistake right there. Would you use a Fantech electric screwdriver? Yeah, definitely. Fantech makes good products. Yeah, I've been sponsored by Fantech a few times, but I've bought a few Fantech products as well. Like even non-PC stuff, like I have like an air compressor. Stop and explain the whole issue. I can do that. I have for my car, the air compressor for the tires. I also have a vacuum, like a little mini vacuum that I keep in my car. That's from Fantech. Fantech makes good stuff. Okay, here's the entire issue, if you're not tracking. Somebody in the chat, sorry, I forgot the name, had a really good catch that this is the pre-installed RGB fan of the case. Whenever I installed the motherboard, the cable for this RGB fan got caught on this side of the IO shield. It's not damaged or anything, but I can't just push it through. The only way I tried to finagle it to get back in there, but I can't do it. The only way I can do that is if I completely uninstall this motherboard so I can lift it up and then move that cable out of there. The reason why I say it's a big mistake is, whenever you're PC building, if you have to uninstall a part, that typically just means that you did something wrong. A smooth PC build is only installing components, not removing them. So this is one of those things that takes up a ton of time because I spent all that time installing the motherboard, screwing it down, and all of that was for nothing. So now I got the motherboard fully uninstalled. I can pick those cables up, and now I can put the motherboard back there. But just so I don't have to do that again, I'm also going to take somebody else's suggestion, and I'm going to take the cable extension that we have, and I'm going to make sure that that fits, and I can install that before I screw down that motherboard. Because the reason why this is concerning, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing it the right way, is because this is a very, very tight area. Whenever you deal with these budget ATX cases like the Foifkin, they're usually like very compact and jam-packed in there. There's like no room for you to put your hand in here and install one of these connectors. So it's probably easier for me to do it right now while that motherboard can move around a little bit, because I don't want to discover after I start plugging in all these cables. Sorry, you're seeing the bald spot, my bad. I don't want to have to unplug. See how difficult this is? This is easier because I slightly shifted the motherboard in because it's not installed the whole way. I'm not going to press down the whole way because we're not on standoffs right now. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. But now that that's in place, now I got the motherboard back into position. Now I can safely press down on that connector, which is still tough to do because it's such a jam-packed position. But that's in there. I just heard the click. Those cables are out of the way of the I/O shield, and now I can reinstall the screws and get us back to square one. Now the question is, did all of that make sense? For those of you that are new, did all of that make sense? Are we fully tracking the mistake and the correction? Because, I'm not gonna lie, man, that's a kind of a common one. That can happen. Nope. Okay. I tried. Sorry, man. Is it okay if one motherboard screw doesn't fit? It's probably not a good sign. If one of the screws doesn't fit, then something is probably wrong. Can your motherboard survive with one fewer screws? Yeah, more than likely. But if it's not lining up, then there probably is something. The motherboard's probably not actually properly aligned. And you should probably just fix it, but... What's the most uncomfortable case you ever built in? Well, that 5090 A3 build is ringing a bell. But that wasn't really a fault of the A3, the Lee & Lee A3, because I do like that case. But we just had the absolute biggest possible components to fit in that A3, and that made it a little difficult. Or even worse, the standoff is in the wrong spot. Yeah, that could be a problem too. Yep. Yeah, all the screws should fit in the standoff. Or in all the standoffs. Surely dealing with that thermal right AIO is one of the worst? No, that wasn't like a... That wasn't like a real issue. Okay. Alright. I think we're good. That's plugged in. Now we can go back to what I was trying to do, like, probably 20 minutes ago. And that's deal with these RGB cables. Right here. So, yeah, I was gonna start cable managing this rat's nest. That way we don't have to deal with this later. Okay. I think the next one would be like that. Can I have a free PC? Well, you can attempt to win one. If you go watch over on Twitch and type in !! giveaway, we are currently raffling off a 9060 XT, or you're currently earning points towards that raffle. I really only give away free PCs through the stream. It's been years and years since I've done a giveaway that's not from these streams. I don't remember the last one. It's probably a really long time ago. That's the way, man. Okay. All right. This is starting to not look awful. It's not great, but starting to get there. I'm just now realizing that a PWM connector was hiding in there after I started cable managing a little bit. Let's hope there is a PWM connector somewhere in this vicinity. Of course there's not. That's fun. Wow, there's not at all. Or all you guys see is my bald spot, but yeah, not anywhere remotely close. Okay. Wow, dude, I'm making some mistakes here. I gotta open up a zip tie or two to backtrack that cable management. Gotta be very careful. That way I can plug that in. Dude, I thought I was dialed. I must not be dialed in today. I was feeling pretty dialed. Oh, what's going on, man? Now I'm just plugging in that PWM connector that's all the way at the top. That's daisy chaining all of those fans together. Now I can re-cable manage what I just uncable managed. Yeah, I thought I was dialed. This isn't a BTF motherboard, is it? No, definitely not. This is a $64 Foifkin case. We're in completely different realms than the back connect motherboards. This is a very, very budget case. All right, here's what the cable management is looking like so far. Just took care of, this is basically all the RGB stuff. Now we have just the normal case connectors that are not RGB. So I got USB 3 first. That's the big blue connector. That's wrapping around here. This one with the big blue connector, the USB 3.0, you never want to pull, you always want to pull your cables tight from front to back. That way you don't see the cables on the front side, except this cable, because that one is very fragile. And you can break it. So that one you want to leave a little bit of a loop. A little bit of slack so you don't damage that. Same thing with USB 3.0. Or I'm sorry, USB 2.0. Oh my god. That's not what I meant to say either. USB-C. Dude, I'm getting tired, I guess. I'm getting tired. I'm not really dialed in. I've been making some mistakes. It's not the 4.4% beer. I don't know what's going on, man. All right, right now I'm just plugging in HD audio. You're not going to be able to see this, but you're just going to be looking at my bald spot. But HD audio. Reset switch. These are the tiny ones. Power. LED positive. Power. LED negative. And power. Did that go in there? Power switch. There we go. All right. Bun. It's volts. Jawbreaker. A limit. All with the Twitch Prime subs. Dude, I will take your Twitch Primes. Thank you for using them on ZTT. I appreciate that. Okay. Now I'm going to cable manage a little bit more and drink more beer. All right. Again, this is the USB 3.0 connector. So as much as I want to pull that super tight to make the cable management nicer, I am going to leave a little bit of slack there just so we don't accidentally snap that off. Because that would obviously be bad news. Wait, are you that guy from TikTok? I don't know what that means, man. There's a lot of dudes on TikTok. Am I? I don't know. You tell me, man. Chat, what do you guys think? Am I the dude from TikTok, or is he talking about... I mean, he could be talking about a lot of different people when referring to the dude from TikTok. That actually looks somewhat decent. Can you guys see? Oh, there you go. There's some light. Oh, there's a lot of light. All right, I actually put in some quality work into that little cable management round. We still have to install the power supply, so we're not done yet. We put in some good work right there, man, on the Foifkin. I kind of got lost. Dare I say, I think I might have been in the zone. Looks banging. That's what I'm thinking, man. You know what else I'm gonna do? I'm I'm gonna unplug this SATA power because we don't need that. Unplug SATA power. Just plug this in, man. Save on cable management. Dude, I think I might be redeeming myself here. There we go. Got the Corsair power supply. I think we're good, man. How much do you bench? Dude, I don't bench. I got a shoulder injury that like I could barely do a push-up right now. And even when my shoulder is healthy, dude, I'm still not benching. I have my phase, don't get me wrong. Benching is just such a once you get like in the 30s, benching just becomes one of those moves where it's like, dude, I think I gotta give that one up. It's just so injury risky. Even if you lift with really good form. Like if you watch professional one thing I find really interesting is if you watch professional athletes in the weight room, they rarely bench. But if they do, they're nowhere near touching their chest. They're like coming down to here, like just breaking 90. Like a solid gap from hitting their chest, because their professional weightlifting trainers are probably telling them not to go all the way down, so they don't injure their shoulder or even their chest. But then like people like us, when we're working out, like you wouldn't catch me dead not dropping the bar all the way to my chest, man. I'm gonna hit my chest every time. That's why I'm probably hurt. So it's just, I had to give that one up, man. Facts. I think that's just one. It's same thing with deadlift, man. Deadlift was my strongest lift in my 20s. I got up to 475 for a single on deadlift. It's just not worth it though. It's not worth it, man. Not when you get a little bit older. It's just so, even with good form, it's just so easy to hurt yourself on a deadlift. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. Then how do you grow your chest? The million other chest movements you can do that are not a bench. Favorite workout? I mean, I don't like try workouts. I have over the years tailored my workout plan to my goals, my injuries, you know, my mental consistency, like what I want, what do I want to do? Right now I'm doing just push pull legs off, and I just repeat that over and over again. I have like variations of push day, variations of pull day, etc. But push pull legs off, keep it simple. Favorite body part to train? Good question. Probably shoulders when my shoulder is not hurt. I got a serious shoulder impingement issue going on right now. But I do like training shoulders. That's probably shoulders are back probably. We are almost done. It's been a lot of cable management, or not too much actually. Just moving some things around. Now we can get the GPU in here. I don't know what angle is best for the GPU. I guess we'll go here. Bada bing. Bada boom. There we go, man. See, this is ATX, but this is only a 2-fan GPU. And as you can see, that's taking up almost all of the space here. So with the cheaper ATX builds, it's definitely not, they're definitely, or usually not big. This is a jam-packed ATX case. You would not be able to fit a gigantic graphics card in here. But now I can install this for the last step, cable extensions. So we can really see this color scheme. Boom. Pull that tight. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. Now here is the bad part. Here's the downside of tonight. Dude, that cable management, I'm actually kind of impressed with myself here. Actually looks pretty good. Dude, we might as well take this all the way, man. Let's tie down this a little bit and then polish it off. Yes, the downside, some of you have already said it, is definitely gonna be the rainbow puke. Actually, this has to come up a little bit. Like this. It's gonna be the rainbow puke RGB. Since we don't have Windows installed, I'm not gonna be able to set the RGBs on the live stream to purple, unfortunately. So we just need to use our imaginations that all of these RGBs are set to purple. Dude, that looks pretty good. That's not terrible. Not a lot of room in the back there, but we made it happen, man. Just remember, I can't control the RGBs. Let's just use our imagination. Pretend that they are all purple, please. And let's just hope that everything turns on and spins. But it's more than likely going to be RGB puke. Yep. They're all spinning. There we go. Just pretend it's purple. Just like somebody take a screenshot whenever it scrolls through purple. Like right now. That looked pretty good there. That looked pretty good there for a quick second. Right? Sorry about the RGB puke. We'll have it all tuned up and ready for whoever buys BBZ numero 5. But yeah, they're all spinning. All looks good. We got the white light up there. No red air lights or anything. I think we're all good. I'm not gonna plug in the screen or anything. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, I think we're good, man. I am gonna turn it off because I can't stand to look at the unicorn puke when I want it to be purple. But yeah, that's it, man. BBZ numero 5 will be live on zttbuilds.com.